Hi, I'm Dani, and today we're gonna be making mozzarella chicken with bruschetta and roasted Parmesan potatoes. So read through the entire recipe before you start and wash and dry all of your produce really well. So we're gonna preheat the oven to 425 degrees. We're gonna get started with our potatoes into the pot first, and now we're gonna fill the pot up with 6 cups of cold water. We're gonna set this on the stove, turn the stove on, and bring these up to a boil. We're gonna start with the mise en place. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some garlic. So you have 4 cloves of garlic, and we're gonna mince or grate it. Take it one at a time, put it on your knife, and then smash it until it's flat. Now that it's all smashed, it's pretty easy to just kind of lump it up together, and you start running your knife through the garlic cloves until you start getting smaller and smaller pieces. Now we're gonna chiffonade the basil. And chiffonade basically means that you take all the leaves and you roll them up into what looks like a little tube. We're gonna start slicing them down, and that kind of helps you get a long strip from each. I'm gonna start cutting these cherry tomatoes in half. It looks a lot nicer if you cut them horizontally, so then you can kind of see the inside. Remove the chicken breasts from the package, which I have already done. Rinse them, now we're gonna pat them dry. So now we're gonna start making our bruschetta. We're gonna take the cherry tomatoes that we had cut in half. We're gonna add the garlic. Then we're gonna add our basil. We're gonna add our balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of oil, and a generous pinch of salt and pepper. Salt is a really important part of this step because it'll draw moisture out of the tomato, which makes the tomato juices kind of roll out and marinate with the balsamic and every other flavor we've got going on. Now we're gonna move this bruschetta aside, and you wanna keep it kind of sitting on your counter at room temperature so that it really gets a chance to marinate. The warmer temperature helps things marinate faster. We're gonna heat up our pan, medium heat in the stove, and we're gonna add about a tablespoon of oil and get it real nice and hot. Sprinkle them with some salt and pepper. Now that the oil is hot, we're gonna add the chicken to the pan. I'm gonna take the chicken and top it with mozzarella cheese. Now that we've topped our chicken with mozzarella, we're gonna transfer it to the oven and bake it for 4 to 5 minutes until it's nice and melted. Now that the potatoes are tender, we're gonna run them to the sink and drain them. Now we're gonna smash the potatoes. So I'm gonna cover my baking sheet with a little piece of aluminum foil, and I'm gonna start putting them on the baking sheet with a little bit of space to spread out. I'm gonna take the back of a flat surface, any bowl or pan you have will do. And you're basically just gonna take the back of it and smash as hard as you can to break the skin of the potato and let some of that potato out. Basically, you wanna get as much surface area as possible so that you can get a really nice cover of Parmesan cheese on those. So we are gonna top them with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're gonna take our Parmesan cheese and just sprinkle it at the top. Once the potatoes have been topped with Parmesan, we're gonna bake them for 4 to 5 minutes until nice and bubbly. Now that the potatoes are done, we're gonna remove them from the oven and they're ready to plate. We're gonna divide our potatoes between 2 plates. We're gonna take one of our chicken breasts and all the kind of remaining cheese that is at the bottom of the pan, and we are gonna top our chicken breast some of this beautiful bruschetta. Make sure to get plenty of the juices in there too. For more recipes, go to localcrate.com/cook. We hope you enjoy your meal.